President, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to begin to commend the permanent representative of Republic of Indonesia and the permanent mission of Indonesia for their leadership as the President of the Council for this month of August of 2020. I will also want to welcome Ambassador Philippe of the Belgium to the New York and to the Security Council and to be a member of the family of the UN. It's an honor to address you in this gathering of Somalia's partners at the United Nations Security Council. I want to reiterate that Somalia's government is strongly committed to its ambitious peace and state-building agenda. And we are making very clear strides toward achieving inclusive politics, strengthening democracy, and constructing the very rights-based national institutions that are pillars of strong societies. I'm happy to report that we have held successful regional elections in some federal member states in the build-up of the planned one-person, one-vote national parliamentary election. And we are determined to facilitate the success of this process through the recently passed electoral bill of the legislatures. Mr. President, the challenge of Somalia has been the monopolization of the legitimate power by few at the expense of the Somali people. Our government, led by His Excellency Mohammed Abdullahi Farmajo, is determined to bring the people of Somalia to the center of their democracy by giving them their historic opportunity to vote on their future path. This is a noble endeavor which will strengthen the civic engagement, public trust in policy, while firmly instilling accountability within the Somali policy. Mr. President, today President Mohammed Abdullahi Farmajo is sitting in Dhusamareb, a city in the central Somalia, with key leaders of federal member states to discuss modalities and strategies for making the ambitious of universal suffrage of the genuine possibility. The President also addressed the House of the People immediately before the Dhusamareb meeting and promised to respect their constitutional mandate to legislate for the Somali people by bringing all electoral decisions back to them to deliberate and vote to move forward from Dhusamareb meeting. For democracy and stability to thrive in Somalia, it's a must that we must respect the key roles of the Parliament, the Upper House, and other mandatory electoral bodies, most specifically the National Independent Election Commission, and the Intergovernmental Committee established to address the outcome of the Dhusamareb process. Accordingly, we are determined to move Somalia away from exclusive and exclusionary processes that determine our politics and shackle our people to voicelessness, especially our youth, our women, and our minorities. Of course, in Somalia, we understand that the need for negotiations and consensus building to achieve our democratic goals, and through the federal government's commitment to the Dhusamareb process, we have proven this. A stable, democratic, and prosperous Somalia is in the interest of each and every Somali, and the achievement of this will be the best way to celebrate our joint effort with our valuable international partners in delivering a better tomorrow for Somalia and the world. However, Mr. President and Excellencies, I'm very sad that there are those who seek to derail the democratic process that our government envisages for Somalia with a narrow focus on all broken exclusive politics. Our government will continue the engagement with all stakeholders openly and fairly, but will not and cannot tolerate spoilers at this critical time in Somalia's history. The international community should continue to support and encourage the government programs of inclusive politics and democratization, and it must not give the unjust pressures of the spoilers. Mr. President, security has been our government's focus and the greatest public expenditure since taking office, because achieving other endeavors, including poverty eradication, quality education, climate action, and inclusion, depends on security. Today, we are building a well-trained armed forces, rights-based security, and accountable security institutions to take over the responsibility of securing Somalia. Our government, in partnership with AMISOM and other key international supporters, is working hard to achieve this through the transition plan in line with the national security architecture. These comprehensive reforms are not easy, but thanks to the commitment and absolute determination of the federal government of Somalia and its partners, I'm convinced Somalia's successful security sector reforms will provide us with the best possible security apparatuses to safeguard the well-being and the progress of the Somali people. Mr. President, the government of Somalia is working hard with its people to build a more sustainable future free from poverty with strong social protections. Our approach to eradicating poverty is to create economic opportunities to our people, especially the youth. And to do this, we are engaged in an ambitious and successful fiscal and economic reform program guided by International Monetary Fund, a staff monetary program. We are proud that throughout the reform focuses benchmarks, we managed to achieve debt relief in the first quarter of this year. And we are working to further strengthen our economy to make it work for all our people. A key benefit of debt relief has been renewed confidence in Somalia's ability to change and the access to grant resources which have been proven valuable through the COVID-19 pandemics. In conclusion, Mr. President, the Somali federal government is absolutely committed to the socio-economic, political reforms and to improve the lives of the Somali people. It's our mandate and duty to do the heavy lifting to deliver stability, inclusive politics, and opportunities for our people by working closely with our international partners. This is a commitment that we will continue and deliver on, God permit. I thank you all, and thanks for your partnership and friendship.